got banks, they got post offices, they got restaurants, and there's never a line. Nobody wants to live there, but if you're fool enough to live there, then you don't have to wait in line.
It's pretty nice with that. What is that? That Foothill has all the fast food joints. And,
yes.
Well, except Carl's Jr. and Wendy's. They don't have those.
It's got the little Armenian delis in there and all that. I got to tell you guys some of my hot spots. There's a chicken place down on Foothill.
Good hummus on Foothill.
Oh yes. That should be the name of the city, right there, right as you enter. La Crescenta, good hummus, and no waiting. All right, so we saw you about 6 months ago. You've basically just been out playing in that 6 months. And now, a lot of bands have to make time to go back into the studio to cut another record, and sometimes they can't do it. They're out on the road promoting for 2 years at a time or whatever. But you guys, I know, have your studio in your garage. And it seems like you could, chip away at an album more than another band could. Doesn't it seem like if you're in a band, if you're in the Counting Crows, you got to book 3 weeks of studio time, then you got to go to the studio, then you got to finish the album. But can you guys sort of peck away at it?
Well, I mean, that's the great thing about having your studio at your house. But, I mean, we just got back from this European, Australian tour. We've only been here for, we're only going to be here for 4 days before we start this next tour, and we're getting 2 remixes in the studio, so we're staying busy.
Right. Did you guys get busted in some crack house recently?
I like how you start out smooth with the easy questions.
That was the other crystal method.
I don't know. Ann just told me that 2 days ago, and I said, no, not my crystal method.
No charges filed.
All right. So you guys were just hanging out.
We were actually hanging out for 5 minutes.
Really? That's bad timing.
Extremely bad.
It wasn't a crack house. It was just a friend's loft where they lived with a bunch of people who, everybody just kind of left everybody's business to them.
So what did the cops do? Raid the place while you guys were there?
The cops had arrested someone who had driven away from this place. They stopped him, and he had something in the car. Then they brought that guy back to where he drove from, which happened to be, which was this house that by then me and Scott were at. And they just busted everyone in and near and around the house.
So did they haul you in?
Oh yeah. We had our ticket stubs from the Jane's Addiction show down at the, what was that place?
The Olympic Grand
Olympic.
Auditorium.
And we were like, look, we just pulled up.
We just
got here. They had the house under surveillance for an hour or 2 hours before. No
priors. I mean, they don't want to hear it. The guys who do the busting, they only want numbers.
Right.
They want just as many people as they can grab onto, and then they're down there giving high fives to their buddies. We'll stop talking about them. But anyway, we got 10 tonight. We got 9. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
And the DA's like, let them all go, you idiots.
So you got out of there.
Yeah.
All right. I'd hate to have to go out there and spring you guys. I do know a few folks down in the Glendale, or it probably wasn't in Glendale. No, I'm guessing L.A. Yeah.
It was a Parker Center.
They don't have enough crack houses in Glendale and the valleys they do in the city. There should be some sort of program. You know how they bus inner city kids into? They should move some crack houses in there just as a sort of, as sort of cultural diversification program or something like that. Okay.
Yeah. I think Dr. John's really into that. Actually.
Yeah. John, you know what crack is? Yeah. Okay. All right. So we're gonna hear stuff. We're gonna hear stuff off of Vegas, the CD.
Absolutely.
And maybe something else from Crystal Method, and we'll go to the phones now. Tanya.
Yeah.
You're 22.
Yep.
What's going on?
Okay, I had a question for Dr. John.
All right.
Okay. I was molested when I was younger by my uncle. And I mean, I still see him. I still talk to him. The subject has never been brought up again about it.
What happened? How old were you?
How old was I? I was about 8 or 9.
What do you remember?
Oh, I remember it clearly.
And what did he do to you?
He sexually molested me. It was anal sex.
Oh, gee, that is molestation with a capital M.
Yeah, and I mean, I see him, and he's got 2 kids now. He's married.
No.
I've never ever brought up the subject again. But I don't see it as affecting my sexual life or my relationships or anything.
I'm going to go on a limb here and say sodomy at age 9 by family member. Yeah. Yep. I think that may affect things.
Well,
I would
the
think
thing is,
so.
I don't see it. I mean, I hear your callers all the time calling about it, and then you gamble on them or whatnot to see, what had happened to them in the past.
Yeah. Did you get any counseling or anything?
No,
Have you talked with your family members or anybody about it?
nobody knows.
Nobody knows. You've kept it to yourself. Well, how have you dealt with it?
I forgot about it for a while, and then I'd say about in high school, I remembered it again,
Uh-huh.
but I never brought it up again. I mean, I see him.
How old are his kids?
A year old and 3.
Well,
And what concerns do you have for them?
I'm just kind of worried if he might do the same to them.
yeah.
Obviously.
The whole sodomy / molestation's no hobby.
I don't
It
know.
really isn't. It's a way of life. It's not something the guys dabble in and go, well, geez, maybe I'll sodomize my niece, and then when they're done, they go, man, it wasn't what it cracked up to be. That's enough of that. I'm going right back to the heterosexual stuff with my wife. No, I mean, this guy's got a screw loose. I mean, he's...
I don't know. Should I confront him now about it? I don't know. Should I even bother with it, or
Whose brother is he?
my mother's?
And nobody in the family knows, so it's,
nobody
it's your
at all.
secret. And his.
It was one of those where he terrified me, and he told me if you tell somebody, it's your fault.
How screwed up is your mom?
Mom's fine.
Really?
Yeah.
She just has a brother that dabbles in sodomy, but she's fine.
Mm-hmm.
You should privately
very-
confront him with a tape recorder, I think.
With what?
With a tape recorder.
Yeah, and then Crystal Mess could do a whole remix, like a dance club track on it or something.
Tanya, let me talk a little bit about your options, because
Okay.
you can report this to Department of Child and Family Services, and you can do it anonymously.
Mhm.
And there's 2 reasons to do it. But the primary one is to protect the children now, and the other is to take care of any issues that you may need to take care of over
Do
there.
they not have a statute of limitations on this kind of stuff? I mean, was it dropped or reworked or something? Or
Well,
am I
I don't
confused?
think that there would be any charges filed on Tanya because of the years. What are we talking? 14 years. And then the proof. I mean, it'd be very difficult. It's your word against
Oh,
his.
there's no way I can prove it.
But the fact that you reported and you talked to a social worker about it, I would think, would go out and investigate. And now what that's going to do is open up the whole can of worms.
Oh, yeah.
And
no
oftentimes these guys have other things in their file. You know what I'm
May.
saying? That's what happens when they get these priests or whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4 people show up, and then they start connecting the dots, and then they go bust these guys. Or if he doesn't have anything in his file, then at least he will now. And then if there's any question of something a couple of years down the road, they'll be looking at your statement. You know what I mean? When it comes to
Yeah.
his kids.
Yeah.
Well, there's no question this is going to blow your whole family out of the water.
Oh, yeah.
All right, there's no question about that. And I think you're doing the right thing by first talking to us about it, talking to others about the possible consequences that this
The
could
only other
cause.
person I've ever told was my boyfriend about it.
How did you get by? I mean, how can you have a normal relationship
Yeah,
now?
I have a great relationship. I've been with him for 1.5 years. I finished school. I finished college. I have a great job.
You don't cry when you make love?
No,
No. In
I have a great sex life.
you don't have any weird thing where you want him to call you, mommy, or
No, nothing at all. That's what surprises me, because when I hear a lot of your callers and they're like, "Yeah, I was molested."
All
when
right.
I
Well,
was
here's
4 or
my
5."
answer. Imagine how sane you'd be if this guy didn't sodomize. You'd probably be heading up your own Fortune 500 company right now and dating Harrison Ford.
Oh, that'd be nice, but no.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
God bless you for being sane, but yeah, you got to say something about it
You got to
because
protect these kids.
I mean, the thing that freaks me out is, imagine that impulse. Like, my sister just rolled into town from Germany a week ago. She has my nephew. He's 1.5. The impulse for me to do something to that kid that was anything other than loving is just a bizarre impulse. And I
Absolutely.
always think, especially sodomizing the kid, and I always think it's got to be kind of an F.U. to your brother or sister whose kid you're sodomizing. You know what I mean? I mean, I've argued about this with Drew before. He says, oh, there's no connection or something like that. But imagine, you're sodomizing your brother or sister's kid. Isn't that the greatest F.U. to them? I mean, tell me you don't have some animosity or some hatred built up for that sibling when you're doing that to their child.
Typically, though, it's not for those reasons.
Why? Why doesn't anyone agree with me on this one?
What about, doesn't it factor in that they think because it's family, they might not get hassled about it later? Because they might not bring up dirty laundry because they are family?
They can intimidate the child
Yeah.
because they're going to see the child in a bunch of different contexts, and they can scare the hell
Why
out
is
of the
that
child.
not a factor, the FU factor to the brother or sister?
It doesn't involve that relationship. It involves the child. The
Yeah, but
person
it's
gets
like you
turned
go-
on, sexually turned on by the child, not by FUing the sister,
But that
but
is...
by getting turned on by the child.
Well, it's a
That's
byproduct of
That's
it.
the pathology.
All right. But you can go out and beat the crap out of that person's car with a station wagon, and that's a direct FU, but sodomizing their kid is indirect. Is that what you're saying?
different- yes.
Okay, that's genius. $125 for 45 minutes of that, everybody. Desiree,
Make the check out to Dr. John.
you're 16.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Oh. Well, my problem is, okay, I have a boyfriend, and my neighbor and I, okay, I'm bisexual, and my neighbor and I, okay, we have sex together.
Your female neighbor?
Yes.
Okay.
And my problem is, I don't know how, if I should tell him, or I should let him know, like just let him know that I'm bisexual and not tell him about her, because all three of us hang out together.
How old is your neighbor?
She's 17.
How old's your boyfriend?
He's 19.
And how long have you been going out with your boyfriend?
For about 4 months.
Mm-hmm. And what do you like more, guys or girls?
It's both.
You like them both?
Yeah.
Where's your dad?
Sleeping?
Oh, really? In prison or at home?
At home.
Really?
Yes.
Did he do anything weird to you?
No.
So you're just pure bisexual?
Yeah, I think I've always been like that, because when I was young, I used to look at women and
Right.
guys, too.
Well, it's cheating, but it's not quite the same degree of cheating. I know you'll want to argue with me on this one, John, but it's
How
not...
do you figure?
Well, put it this way. Again, I'll get back to my using common logic here. Ken,
Yes.
I don't know if you have a girlfriend. You have a girlfriend in there? Over there?
Just broke up.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry. I don't want to dredge up a bunch of bad feelings, but let's just say you have a girlfriend. What would you rather have her? Sleep with your best friend, the male, or sleep with her best friend?
Going with the latter.
Yes, that's right. Now, it's still, you wouldn't feel good about it, and it's still a bit of a, she's broken a little bit of a bond and some trust, but it's a matter of degree.
Absolutely.
Not quite as bad. You could get over that.
Absolutely.
If she promised to stop, you could move right on.
Less damage to the ego.
You may even masturbate to it on occasion.
And one day that smile might come off his face,
Right.
afterwards.
But if you sleep with a guy, that can be a deal breaker. I'm just telling you how guys think, Joe.
Thank you for
Okay.
telling me how guys think.
I know you don't get
I'm enlightened.
They don't put that in the books you're in. All right, so what do you think how do you think your boyfriend would react if you told him you're bisexual?
Well, all right, like, okay, because we watch Jerry Springer a lot. And you know how there's, like, always, like...
You watch Jerry Springer?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. All right.
And there's always, like, a lot of gay people. And every time, like, someone gay would go on there and say they're gay, he's like, oh, I hate faggots, da-da-da-da.
Right.
I mean, he doesn't like them.
Yeah.
I'm afraid if I let him know this, then, between me and him it's not going to work. But if I do let him know, I have this feeling that, he's going to want to do a threesome.
Yes.
And that's not what I want.
Well, why don't you just stop carrying on with your neighbor and have a relationship with your boyfriend?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No, 'cause I like...
Because you're impulsive and you just want to do whatever feels good all the time?
Yeah.
Yeah. Use a condom?
With him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, with her. You put it over your head like Howie Mandel. You do use a condom with him?
Yes.
All right. So your number one priority is not to get knocked up by him. Number two, I might break it off with him and just not be in a serious relationship. You seem like a person who needs to date. You're 16. You're attracted by anything that walks. And why not just, Why do you have to be in a committed relationship? You're not being fair to the guy.
Okay.
All right, well, what do you think we're going to say?
I don't know.
right.
Have them both?
Well, you're doing that now. You didn't have to call in for us to give you the green light on that one. You should have called a few months ago before you started. All right, here's what I would do. I would, A or B, and you guys jump in and tell me what you think. A, break things off with the neighbor and not say a word to him and just sort of make it up to him by being a good girlfriend and being faithful. Or B, tell him, listen, I'm 16, I'm still kind of experimenting, I want to see other people, and that way he's caught up. It's one or the other. Anything else is just an out-and-out lie.
Yeah, she,
All right.
she could give a shot to telling him.
Yeah, but then he's going to push for threesome. Well, okay, so we go for threesome.
That's her choice. Their choice.
All right, Desiree. You know what I like about Jerry Springer is he has that thing at the end where he does the timeout or my thought or you guys ever watch it?
No,
John, you don't watch that show?
No.
You're a therapist. You don't watch that show? It's a good
No,
feeling.
I don't.
You guys watch that show? At the very end, what the hell's it called, Engineer Mike or Ann, when he does the now it's Jerry's minute or the final word? Right. The show's an hour long. There's about 58 minutes of people beating the F out of each other with folding chairs. And then he wraps it all up very nicely with about a 30-second soliloquy at the end, talking about relationships, nurturing, and moving on as a human being and growing. I like that.
It's beautiful.
It really be like if at the end of World War II, Hitler gave a little speech about loving your brother.
It's kind of how you end this show.
That is true.
Mahalo.
Mahalo. No, that just means, I don't even know what that means. Hey, would you pick another call?
I got it right there.
Oh, I can't.
messed up
I
here.
don't know what kind of Morse code that is.
3.
Michelle.
Hi.
Hey. Oh, you wrote? Oh. Drew wrote. John wrote on Drew's Magic Marks-a-Lot board with an indelible ink pen.
Uh-oh.
You
I'm in
are
trouble.
so busted. He loves that board. You are screwed.
Tell him
Listen,
I'll
here's
initial it.
what I'm saying. Drew won't be back in here until Sunday night. You have
Buy
about
a new
3.5 days to make that thing right. No, don't buy him a new one. He'll know.
Uh-oh, the crew's come in.
Engineer Mike's come in with a, you need a coffee table book,
you.
Mike. That's
Thank you.
wonderful.
Amazing.
All right, Michelle,
Yes.
what's going on?
Today, my stepfather hit my mother in the face and busted her lip, and she kicked him out and filed a police report, but she let him back tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm not sure, what to do, because he's at home. I'm at work right now.
Mm-hmm.
And she's at first, I could hear, so I work at nights, and I was sleeping during the day, and they, woke me up. They were yelling and stuff, and I heard her kick him out, and it took him a while to leave. And I came out, and, she had to go to the hospital and get stitches and everything.
What state? Or
Huh?
What state are you in?
I'm in Maryland.
they don't have that automatic somebody goes to jail thing?
Well, no, only if you press charges, apparently.
Maryland's the beat me state. I don't know if you're aware of that. It's on all the license plates. So why are you still living at home at 21?
Well, I'm moving. I moved out for a while. And
Okay, hold on. Deal with that during the break, John. Let's look at it. He's in a panic.
The fear of God is in it, man.
Oh, you better hope Drew's not listening, too. He may be on, in Vail, listening to a shortwave radio right now on a red eye over here. Oh, boy. All right, so your mom, what, was your dad abusive, too?
No.
Really?
They got divorced a long time ago. I was 5, and we keep in contact with him regularly.
Is this the first incidence of abuse?
I thought it was, but then she told me earlier that it wasn't.
Right.
She just never told me before.
So your mom's kind of doesn't feel real good about herself,
I
right?
think that's what it is, because she has had abusive boyfriends.
Of course, naturally.
Yeah.
And it's not the world's greatest place for you to have been brought up in, or for you to hang out in and try to sleep during the day. So what do you do? How do you change mom at 50?
Yeah, really. She'll sit there and say all the bad stuff about him, but then the next second, the second I agree with her or adds something, she changes her story, and she's like defending him.
What, the guy hit her hard enough in the face to require stitches?
Yeah, he hit her with like a phone or something. I mean, like she was on the phone and he hit the phone and it hit her mouth.
Does he drink?
Yes, heavily.
Yeah.
And he also is I don't know if he's still addicted, but he was a heroin addict at one time.
Yeah.
And every once in a while he'll go like was in September he went and bought some heroin and shot up, and then recently, like a month ago, he took some like animal painkillers, acepromazine.
Mm-hmm.
And and he wrecked our car, so we need I don't know, we have to share cars now, and he broke my car's windshield one day a couple weeks ago.
What was that? Didn't like the way the wipers were looking at him or something when he was drunk?
Well, him and my mom were driving my car, and they were arguing, and he punched the windshield.
Yeah, all right. This guy's a complete ass, and your mom is, I mean, your mom's the one who found him and lured him into the nest, so she's got some serious issues, too.
And it's evidently a pattern that she's had as well.
Oh, yes. You don't just automatically switch over to the abusive dudes at like 43.
That's been going on.
Of course. All right, so we got to go to break. Here's how I would wrap this up. Don't disagree with me, even if you do disagree with me, John. Michelle really, her mom's pretty much a lost cause here. I mean, she's had a whole life of this. She bails the guy out of jail after he gives her a fat lip. This is he has a whole long resume of substance abuse and physical abuse. Michelle needs to just get out of that environment, tell her mom what she thinks, maybe get her involved with some kind of Al-Anon or something like that. But she needs to get out of that environment, and then Michelle needs to work on not finding an abusive dude who abused to abuse her just like dear old dad did. I think I turned that into one word, but I meant dear old dad. Stepdad. Yeah, and I'm guessing real dad was no prize either. All right, we'll be back with more from Crystal Method and Dr. John.
Loveline is brought to you by Confidential Connection.
Hi, I'm Jerry Springer, and you're listening to Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Yes, we had Jerry on here. You know what I didn't know about Jerry that I didn't put in his bio is he was mayor of St. Louis, Cincinnati. Oh, for Christ's sakes, all the same place, Mike. He was mayor of Cincinnati, and he got tossed out for screwing around with some hookers in a limousine or something. Yeah, there's life imitating art, or art imitating life.
He's got a good sense of humor, though, about his show, though.
Oh, yes, he does. He's a genius, that man. All right, Crystal Method is here. Dr. John is filling in for Dr. Drew. Phone number, 1-800-LOVE-191. And back to the phones we go. Chris, you're 15. Chris?
Hey.
Hey. He answered the bong initially.
Hey.
You got the phone now, Chris?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead.
Crystal Method. I'm a DJ from San Jose, Electronic DJ.
Uh-huh.
And I wanna know some questions about how to get started.
Start DJing or making records?
To get a record deal.
Getting a record deal as a DJ or as a
DJ, yeah.
Well, I mean that is sort of like compilation CDs and mix CDs and all that stuff. But I mean we're more like a band that
put the phone down and get to work, basically.
Well,
there is no secret hotline record deal number where you can call up, or you just need to focus on your abilities and hope for the best.
You got to have some product to pass around, though, right?
Yeah, that's important.
Well,
I mean, how do you make a CD? Can you make a CD?
Yeah.
What do you mean with that kid?
Yeah. Can you? Hey, do you have the capabilities of making a CD, Chris?
Yeah. I got friends that makes. I already got like 2 demo tapes, demo CDs.
All right. So what should he do with those?
Send them to City of Angels.
City of Angels?
Yeah, they're in L.A.
Well, what's the address?
You can call directory assistance.
Huh?
Call directory assistance in Los Angeles.
Okay.
But what's your DJ name, Chris?
DJ Ironic.
DJ Ironic?
Yeah.
And do you work at a club or something?
No.
What are you, you're 15?
Yeah.
You spin at the Chuck E. Cheese?
No.
No.
Do you have turntables?
I just, huh?
Do you have turntables?
No, there. I got some things that are like turntables. There's CDS. That it makes it like the CD like play like a turntable.
Oh,
So
yes.
you can change the pitch control and everything.
Gotcha.
Where do you do your DJing?
At my friend's house.
Oh, there's always a party going on over there. Huh? Is that DJing? Can you DJ at your friend's house? Don't you have to have a group? Doesn't it have to be people who are drinking and stuff?
Huh?
Or now can you just DJ alone?
Yeah.
You could do that?
Most DJs are practicing DJing.
Oh, I see. So, Chris, maybe you could get a job at like a club or something, right?
Yeah. I'm trying to. When I'm 18, I hope I do that.
Okay. Well, just keep, making those CDs and sending them out and getting anyone you can to listen to them and see. Here's the thing. Half the acts we get on this show, it turns out that somebody got hold of a demo and gave it to someone, and then it floated around the back of their car for a year and a half, and then it was under their coffee table because the coffee table wobbled for a while, and then somebody put it in because they thought their tape deck was broken and it was eating tapes, so they put it in, but it didn't eat it, and they ended up listening to it, and that turned out to be the daughter of a big record exec.
Uh-huh.
No, that never happens. That never happens.
Our method was a lot easier. We just got a CD over to Jed the Fish.
Oh, you did? Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's a star maker, that Jed the Fish. He can't make himself a star, but he makes everyone else a star. That's a nice. Jed's nice.
He's great.
I think he's clinically insane, but he's really nice. He should. If he did any other profession, he'd be locked up immediately. Katie.
Yeah.
Hey, you're 13.
Yeah. I've got sort of a problem. Every time I get into a relationship, after it starts getting more serious than just kissing, I freak out.
Mm-hmm.
I start, hating him.
Yeah. You're 13. That's
13.
good.
Yeah, but it's
You got the cootie factor to contend with at 13.
No, but I'm, real flirtatious. It's just that once I can't get close to a guy, it's just... I've had, a hard past, and it's, it freaks me out.
All right, so it's not that you're, nervous or coy, but it's that you were traumatized?
Well, sort of. My dad's, a drug addict, and my mom's HIV positive, so...
Yeah, that's trauma. Are they still together?
No.
Oh,
My dad
okay.
lives in Reno and kind of, abandoned us, so...
How did your mom get to be HIV positive?
Her fiance didn't tell her until the last minute, until, a week before they were getting married, and I found out. She went in for a drug test before they got married because he just wanted to make sure, and they told her, well, we have to check you for something, and then they ended up telling her she's HIV positive.
And they just went ahead with the marriage?
Yeah, no, he left after she found out.
Oh, I see. All right. Oh, boy.
Katie, is there any trauma in your life directly? Have you been abused or anything?
Verbally, kind of, and emotionally by my dad. He's when he has been around, he's been really weird. He's he's just a drug addict, so he's kind of freaky and...
Yeah. Hey, Katie, do you have any guys that are just friends that you hang out with?
Oh, yeah, I have a lot of guys that are just friends.
All right, so what's the hurry to get so attached sexually? What's going on with
Well, it's
that?
not sexually. It's just when I'm real flirtatious, but when it goes, I can flirt a lot, but after that, it's just if he starts making passes on me, I freak out. I don't know. I get nervous when he starts getting serious.
Yeah. Well, part of that's being 13, and the other part is being sort of traumatized by male figures in your life and not being able to trust them, and, they basically screwed you over, which actually is good because it makes you, it's like... it's like squirrels. They run when the car comes up the street, and that's good. They don't sit there, otherwise you just run them over. You know what I mean?
Okay.
No, you got a little bit of that flight thing in, and that's fine for a while. Keep you out of trouble. Good, you're not getting laid. God bless you. That's what we're saying.
Keep running.
Yeah, I'm telling you, guys are even, the HIV guy and your drug addict dad, those were the good ones. They get worse from there. Am I right, guys?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Adam?
She's pre-disastered.
Yes.
Do you like lemon meringue pie?
Yeah.
Because we're bringing you down one to the station.
I like anything that has pie at the end of it.
We figured that. You're the pie kings.
I can't say the whole word, but S-pie would be fine with me.
Okay.
Just as long as it has that graham cracker crust.
Okay.
All right. Oh, you're going to bring it down?
Yeah.
All right. Well, just come down and bring me the pie, and then we'll finish healing you.
Okay.
Okay. I want to play this crystal method, so that's why I said that. I want my pie. And here's the beauty of me, by the way. I'm putting this out to all my listeners. You bake it, I'll eat it. And I'm not one of these guys who sniffs around, is worried about this, looking for glass and pins and, some kind of diuretics or anything. A total stranger in the parking lot could approach me with a Toll House cookie. I'd pop it right in my mouth. That's how I am. That's how much I trust my
We could be your
fans.
royal tasters for these.
Yeah, you guys could be my royal snack tasters. All right, Mike, why don't we play that crystal method? Huh? Yeah. Okay, this one is called Keep Hope Alive. And I say this to you tonight. Let us not forget. There is hope. Tonight. Let us not forget. There is hope. That is Crystal Method off of Vegas. Keep Hope Alive. You can also find that on the Replacement Killers soundtrack, which is the new Mira Sorvino, Tommy Chong movie, or whatever that guy.
Chow Yun Fat.
Chow Yun Fat says, yeah. And we'll be back.
Truth to face. No way I'm going to make it on the outside.
94.7 NRK.
Hey, this is John Stewart. You're listening to Love Lines, and the answer to your question is ointment.
All right, it's Scott Kirkland and Ken Jordan are here. Collectively, they are the Crystal Method. Don't confuse them with the Crystal Method that was busted in the LA crack house recently. It's not the same group. All right, and like that's going to be good for getting you out of Pokey, too. Hey, we're in the band Crystal Method.
I'll tell you the funniest thing was we were sitting there thinking, what if they ask us what our band name is? So we decided we were going to call ourselves Vegas. And so they asked us a million questions, right? That's what we did, everything. They never once asked us what the band name was. We're like, great. Cool.
I always go with Up With People.
Yeah, Up With People. Country rock.
Policeman's Ball. Hey, that'd be a good name for a band. No. It's kind of an 80s band, isn't it?
Policeman's Ball.
Okay. Danny. Oh, wait a minute. Jesus Christ, I'm falling apart here. You got me all thrown off rhythmically.
I do.
Stop. Is that Drew saying Nard? Hey, do you, let's hear, no, let's talk to Danny, and then we'll hear the dance mix.
They call me a fag, and they always, like, make fun of me and don't want to be around me.
Oh, kids are so cruel. Oftentimes right, but cruel. What, do you think you're gay?
Yeah,
Well, why do you think you're gay?
because I like guys.
Oh, okay. Well, there's a no doubt. How do they know you like guys?
I don't know. I haven't told anybody.
They just kind of get that feeling?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Do you have any friends at school?
Yeah.
All right, and you hang out with them?
Oh, I only have, like, 2 friends.
Do they know you like guys?
No.
Yeah. Here's the deal. We always get in this sort of dilemma, which is, on one hand, you don't want to tell people to bury their feelings or their proclivities or whatever. On the other hand, high school can be long and painful. And why get your ass kicked for 3 years? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Danny, where are you from?
San Jose, California.
All right. Lots of high schools have organizations like Gay Straight Alliance. Are you in high school?
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like you have a group like that.
It may go under the heading of Drama Club. Do they have the Drama Club there, Danny?
No.
Oh, okay, because that's what my high school called it. I didn't know it was a gay and lesbian alliance at the time. They just called it the Thespians. But it turned out, yeah, it was. Had no idea. It's diabolical, really, if you think about it.
It's horrible.
It's a place where gay people can meet and put on costumes and do Shakespeare and not get the reprisal they get.
Danny, is there any support from any of the counselors at your school?
Oh, sometimes they make fun of me, too.
Yeah. See, that kind of seems like they're not doing their jobs at that point.
They're not at all.
But is this, like when I went to high school, we had counselors, but they were just counselors that told you what classes to take. They didn't counsel you. I mean, I had Mr. Tomey just told me I was an idiot and I should just take another semester of high school math when I was in the 12th grade. But he never sat me down and probed me or anything. And I think you know the way I meant probe, John.
Are these male counselors that are giving you the grief?
Yeah.
Is there any female teachers or counselors that you can talk to that that might be able to support you and help you out?
I don't think so.
What about a gay and lesbian alliance in your community?
I
Is there an
haven't
organization?
heard of one yet.
Well, I would suggest you look that up and look
Okay.
for that in the Yellow Pages.
They have that. Oh, speaking of the Yellow Pages, I got the my buddy, the guy who works in my house. He brought by the gay and lesbian Yellow Pages to me the other day. You guys have never seen such a thing. It's amazing. It's half, it's half as thick as a regular phone book, but it still must be 500 pages in there. And it's all gay and lesbian attorneys and plumbers and dentists and whatever's in the regular phone book, you can find it in the gay pages. Let your fingers do the walking. Right to them gay pages. But the thing that's funny about the gay Yellow Pages is it's kind of like a Blue Boy magazine. You open the thing up. Now, here's the problem with the gay community. And let me just finish off with Danny here. Danny, don't tell people at your school you're gay. I hate to tell someone to lie, But there are people who don't understand. They can make your life difficult, and just go ahead and stay on the straight and narrow, and then go ahead and when you get out of high school, hang out there. Whoever you want to hang out, join a dance troupe, do whatever you got to do. But don't tell guys at high school you're gay. They're cruel. They can make life difficult on you. All right, and look into those community centers. So I'm looking through the gay and lesbian yellow pages, and I get to they have like full and half-page ads, and there's one for like the auto mechanics. They do brake linings, they do rebuilds, they do smog checks. But there's a picture of this dude who looks like he just got out of the gym, and he's wearing a pair of overalls with no undershirt, but one of the arms is like kind of pulled down, exposing his like right nipple. He has that strategically placed grease, a little bit on the cheek, a little bit on the bicep, little oil, bicep glistening in the sun. He's got his head in the hood of like a 69 Boss Mustang, and he's kind of flexing with the bandana tied around his neck. And I thought, am I supposed to, am I supposed to get like a tune-up or just jack off? And by the way, I would love to go down and look at some of these places, because you know Duke ain't working at this place. There's a Mexican dude. He's 5'3". He's 278 pounds. He's drinking himself some of that Kamchatka soda, or what the hell that rice soda is, that horchata crap. Leave it to the Mexicans. We'll take rice, cinnamon, and sugar. We'll turn it into pop. He's sitting there, and he's never heard of this ad. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. All right, but I'm going to bring this thing in tomorrow. You get a huge kick out of this.
I'd like to see it.
And I'm thinking, why not? If you got a business, you might as well just put an ad in the gay and lesbian pages too, and say, hey. They all say serving the gay community for
I guess someone from the gay community might turn around and say, though, that in the straight pages, you'd probably have a girl in a bikini holding up the hood.
Yeah, that's true. All the auto dismantlers have some good-looking chick.
With the belt, whatever that is.
That's your tool bag.
Yeah.
Very true. But and when you go down there, it's the same 5'3" Mexican dude who's 245 pounds who's pissed. That's true. You don't see that chick down there, just like you don't see Turk down at this place. But
same on both sides.
The thing that's funny about the gay and lesbian thing is everything is now a double entendre. Come on down for a lube job or whatever. It's just it all sounds like the tail end of a gay joke, which sounded like the tail end of a gay joke. Lena?
Hello.
What's your name?
Lena.
Lena, you're 27.
Hi.
What's going on?
Let's see. I'm married. I've been married for a year and a half, and I recently got in touch with an old boyfriend. We just want to be friends now. We haven't been together for like 4 years. So, I mean, it was way over before I met my husband. And now my husband thinks that we want to get it on.
Mm-hmm. Lena, why did you get in touch with your ex-boyfriend?
Well, I didn't. I'm at a point in my life where I don't want to hold any animosity towards anybody for, stupid reasons. And so I just, and I wanted to apologize for, I guess, being a putz to him before.
Yeah, but you couldn't have just done that in the form of a letter and sort of moved on?
That's what it was.
Uh-huh.
It was in a letter, and then he wrote back saying he was sorry too, and and we just wanted to be friends. And so I told my husband about this, and he got really pissed off and freaky. But the funny thing is, though, he introduced me to this girl that he said it was nothing, but he went to the prom and stuff with her in high school, and we all went to coffee, and she and I got along really well.
So it's a wash.
All right, so you're even. So he won't bring the prom date around anymore, and you don't get hooked up with your old boyfriend?
Well, no, I mean,
no.
He still wants, she calls and everything, and, she's really nice. And, but
it's always a tricky subject, bringing in people that you've been involved with into a current relationship. And here's the deal. It just sounds like trouble. I mean, maybe it works, maybe it doesn't work, but why chance it?
Risk it?
Why risk it? I mean, what's more important, your current relationship or this guy that you haven't seen in 4 years? So fine, you even the score with him. He knows you're sorry for all the things you did. He apologized for urinating on your car hood after you did whatever you did to him, and everything's fine. And we'll be back. Crystal Method is here. Scott and Ken, also John from John's Mobile Therapy. There'll be a van coming to your city soon. That's a good idea.
Good.
Yeah,
Yes.
why drag people into the office?
Mobile therapy.
All righty. Oh, boy. He's sitting in for Dr. Drew, and we will be back in 10 seconds.
This is Loveline on
radio
station. KNRK and Portland. The new rock. New rock alternative. New rock alternative. New rock alternative. At 94.7 NRK.
Hey, it's Loveline. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. John filling in for Drew. Crystal Method here tonight. And I think we ought to play the Dr. Drew Boogie, something we like to play when Drew's abroad. And Lord knows.
Drew's abroad?
He certainly is. Don't let the masculine features fool you. You got it queued up, and I want you guys to listen to this, and maybe you guys could do some sort of club remix of this. I swear, well, hold on a second. Could you seriously do this? I mean, it would probably take you guys could get stoned and do it in 15 minutes. Could you guys think you could do some sort of club mix of this?
Let's hear it.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead. Break it off.
Loveline. Beep.
Maybe in the wrong cart there,
She
Mike.
drinks until she barely has her senses about her, and then she can relax enough to have sex with me.
Dr. Drew is right. Ow!
Get down, get down.
Asshole.
Get down, get down.
You're gay.
Get down, get down.
You're fat.
Get down, get down.
You're sick. If I find you, have sex with me. Gee, it hurts. Have sex with me. Faggot, better have sex with me. I want to have sex with me. I was bored, so I had my tongue pierced. I was bored, so I put a spear through my penis. Tried to be straight, or I thought I should be straight, and I was confused. Loser. You know, pee on this makes me sick. Hurts when I urinate. Makes me sick. Anal sex makes me sick. This guy's penis makes me sick. I've had anal sex. Gee, it hurts. I got these lesions. Gee, it hurts. Still a virgin. Gee, it hurts. It's called intimacy. Can I say that? You're fat. Gay. Confused. Sick. Bored. Still a virgin. Dysfunctional. Can I say that?
Dr. Drew is right.
Do you guys think you could
tape.
You think you work with that?
Give us the tape.
Mike, lay a couple of out-of-context Drew drops on the Crystal Method.
He wants to groom this child for his, abuse farm. You're gay. This guy is an asshole.
Give us the hand. That's one of my favorite. That and Faggot Better Run. Mike is dutifully pushing his chair around the studio there. All right, you got it, Mike?
I'm in pain. My breasts hurt.
I like that one. I'm in pain.
You got the peyote button in there too, Mike? All right. All right, you tell me when you're ready. Mike, here's what I want you to do. Line up a few. Line up the Faggot Better Run, the peyote button, and the hand. All right? And we'll just let you guys see, all right?
Give us a selection.
And I know you're busy. I know you're going out on tour. I got the dates sitting right in front of me, but it doesn't have to be anything spectacular. But if you could just give it a little of that La Crescenta flavor.
She drinks until she barely has her senses about her, and then she can relax enough to have sex with me. When I was 19, I ate about 4 boiled peyote buttons and stayed up all night but felt no effect.
And my favorite. Oh, poor Mike's only got 2 cards. All right, give me one more.
If I find you stealing my underwear again, here's what's going to happen. This is not acceptable. When I was 14, I tried to be straight, or I thought I should be straight, and I was confused. You know.
All right, give me the hand, Mike. That'll be the last one. Just give me the hand, please. That's one of my favorites.
My lover likes me a lot, but sometimes I'm scared because he is very active. He gives me oral sex. I just give him the hand.
All right, thank you. Kudos to Engineer Mike who put those together. So, do you guys think you could give us some sort of Loveline dance club remix or something on that?
Well, look at the Crystal Method, balls to the wall.
Yeah.
Full force.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, we'll give you guys a plug each time. It'll be heard by a national audience. There'll be something in it for you guys. All right, so let's not forget this. You guys will work on it. Okay.
Give us the tape.
All right. Now, what should Mike do? Should Mike put those down on a tape?
I think
Dad, if he has one.
I think Mike's down with it. Yeah, he actually knows what to do.
All right.
We saw him working with this cool Synthi drum machine program earlier.
All right. So, can you get those drops together for these guys to bring with them? Okay.
You got to throw in a couple Adam.
Yeah,
because I know you have an Adam.
There's a couple
collection.
Atomisms in there somewhere too, I guess.
And
All right.
a Boobville, I think that would be a good one.
All right. So we could do a whole Loveline dance mix. Hey, Adam. Speaking of Adam, you're 16. What's going on?
Not much. I just wondered when the Crystal Method's coming to Oregon.
Oh, let me see here. They're coming to Florida, Chicago, Denver, Seattle, Portland. Yeah, here we go. The 7th of March.
Cool.
They're going to be at La Tuna.
La
Luna.
Yeah.
A little Freudian slip there, everybody.
Yeah, I just started listening to electronica music and heard some of their stuff, and you guys are really great.
Thank you very much.
You can go catch them on the 7th at La Luna.
Cool.
You going to do that?
7th of March?
Yep.
All right, yeah, I'll be there.
You know where La Luna is?
Yep, go there all the time.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
All right. Well, stay there next time you go and wait till the 7th of March, and Crystal Method will be there.
Cool.
All right.
All right, thanks.
Okay. Anthony.
Yeah.
You're 17.
Uh-huh.
What's going on?
Well, I have a problem with masturbating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I do it too much. I'm not sure, though. I do it like 3 times a night.
Yeah.
Are you doing it right now?
No.
Okay, good. Just want to make sure.
We caught him in a rare idle moment. This must be the refractory time. Got the Gatorade drip going in the IV. Dukes of Hazzard on the TV.
Yeah, I have to take my breaks sometime. Yeah.
Well, I heard some. Well, I appreciate you thinking of us. I heard some really disturbing news about 2 weeks ago that some data came out to suggest that it somehow robs a man of his stamina, or virility, or strength. Now, I know this is a wives' tale, and I know it's been around for a long time, but this was actually sort of backed up clinically, although they did it with mice somehow, and God knows how they extracted the sperm. Yeah, they must have had to get some really slutty hamsters to go in there and work them a little. But well, why couldn't you just use my penis? All right, Mike, enough of those drops. Are very irritating. But what's your question there, Anthony?
Well, basically, I just want to know how much is too much, and I mean, if I do it too much, will it cut down on my sexual behavior in the future, or what?
No. It does sort of take a little of the starch out of your sail, which is you don't when you're living at the buffet, you tend not to go to the market and do the shopping. You know what I mean? When there's never more than 3 or 4 sperm in your body at any one time because they're constantly being removed, you tend not to. It tends to take a little of the incentive out of you. And you tend not to go out and meet women and do all those things that, like the sperm is the great motivator. I hate to say it, but it's true. It really pushes guys to not only strike up relationships, but it makes them better on the football field, and it makes them better in the business world. It's a motivator. You sit around with no sperm in you, you're like a beached whale.
But Anthony, 3 times a night.
Yeah.
How come?
Just because, well, it's not always like 3 times in a row or anything. Like sometimes I'll do it earlier in the day and then 2 times at night or whatever. It's just because I'm bored, I guess.
But it's 3 times a day.
3 times a day.
Yeah. You show me a guy who masturbates 3 times a day. I'll show you a guy who's fairly idle and a comforter that is like Vietnam on there. God knows what a mess that would be. You have to, like, your mom, before she puts it in the hamper, has to, like, key-eye and put her elbow into the middle of it just to snap it in half like a taco shell, and then bust it over her knee one more time. You know, like when you test for your black belt and they use that piece of pine, that's what they do with Anthony's hamper. They drape it over 2 folding chairs, and to test for your black belt, you got to snap that thing. They do it at like halftime of football games. Guy gets out there and breaks it with his forehead. All right, Anthony. But see, here's the deal. You got too much time on your hands, so you're doing this too much. I don't think this activity is hurting you. I think your lack of activity is causing you to do this activity too much.
Well, that might be it.
Well, I mean, do you have a girlfriend? Are you involved with sports? You do school? What do? You got a job?
Usually I have a girlfriend. I don't right now, but it isn't that, and I'm not involved with sports. But
So when you had a girlfriend, you still hold on, honey, I'll be right back, and went and masturbated?
No, not while they were around. That'd be sort of like awkward if they walked in or something. But
yeah, women take that personally. I've learned through trial and error. Come on, babe. I was thinking of you. Don't be so uptight. Yeah, what's the magazine for then? Oh, I was putting her your face on her jugs.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you're not in this one? Oh, jeez. All right. I'll get my money back. All right, Anthony, you think it's a problem. That's the deal. You sound a little slowed down. He sounds a little depressed. Why don't you see if you can...
He sounds too comfortable with it, really.
Yeah, like it's...
Yeah, I could tell you something. I'm far from depressed. I'm like the smart aleck in school and everything. I mean, I'm not depressed. I'm just tired.
You're not. All right, well, why don't you get a job after school? Get something that tires you out a little. Takes a little the testosterone out of you. Doing, you get some job where you like stack lumber or something all day after school, and then go home and masturbate once. Cynthia, you guys ever masturbate and then like 45 minutes later you go, hey, you know what I'm going to do tonight? I'm going to masturbate, and then you go, wait a minute, I just masturbated. Oh man, I got a problem. You ever have that thought?
I'm sure that's happened to both of us.
Yeah, you do that. Yeah, I do that like 3 times a week. I go, I'm going to masturbate later, and then I go, wait a minute, my pants are around my ankles now. Cynthia?
Yeah.
You're 15.
Yeah, it's like whenever I'm like gonna hook up with a guy or I like a guy, like once I know I can have him, I don't want him anymore. And like sometimes I still go out with him, but like I don't like him.
Yeah. You got a penis?
No.
No, okay. I have to ask a tough question, Cynthia. This is a syndrome that guys suffer from, but women do as well. Usually, for the guys, it's they go out and have sex with them a few times, and then they decide they don't want them. Guys don't decide they don't want them before they get to sex, because that is sort of futile. It's a waste. They consider it a waste of their time and money. But women, since they only need the emotional part of it sometimes, can just have the guy's drawn in and then go, okay, battle's over. Why do you think you do this?
I don't know. It's like I don't want to. Like I want to actually go out with a guy and like him.
Mm-hmm.
So you just get tired of him?
No, it's not even that. It's like I'll be like physically attracted. It just disgusts me.
So being sexual disgusts you?
Well, not really.
The guy disgusts you?
Yeah, I kind of think maybe it disgusts me that like he'll actually want me.
We got to do a little gambling here.
Wait a second.
Yeah, I'm thinking of gambling. Should we gamble on you, Cynthia?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm right to gamble, right?
Mhm.
Okay. That's good enough. You guys got any money?
Yeah.
What happened to the chips?
Could I have a dollar?
Get the chips, man.
Oh, the chips. Who brought those chips? Bobcat? Yeah, we
blew them out.
I think Lycus ate them. He thought they had chocolate in them. Oh, they're in the locker. All right, hey, John, get a dollar out. Come on.
Yeah, where's your... Did you bring some money?
I'm running a little light. Are you kidding?
usual.
I had to clean out my effing ashtray so I could get a burrito at Taco Bell tonight. That is how little cash I have. All right, thank you.
I got a $5 again.
Oh, you do? All right, hey, can we make change?
Change.
All right, we got $4 here for you. All right, this is, boy, I'm really, boy, if I win, I'm coming out way on top here.
Yeah.
So we got a big pot. It's $1.25 for everybody. All right, now, you know how the game is played. Cynthia's 15 years old. She gets disgusted that guys would be into her. She thinks that's...
No, but first she's into the
She's into the
chase.
guy.
She's
Right.
into the crush.
Right.
And then once she knows she can have them,
Right.
she's not into it.
Right. And here's what we're gambling on. What kind of environment did she grow up in? What is her past like? What were her parents like? Alcoholism, abuse, perhaps nothing. That's not a bad guess either. That works every once in a while. All right, who wants to go first? All right, Ken?
I'm going for nothing.
Oh, you bastard. All right, you're going with, that means
I'm thinking
no
she
alcoholism,
That's right.
no abuse, parents still together?
Yes.
Okay, so the family's intact in a relatively normal environment. No overt abuse, nothing like that, right?
Yes.
Okay, Scott.
I'm saying she has. I think she has a bad relationship with her father. She's looking for men. She's looking for that satisfaction, that sort of that thing that she misses from somebody in her family. And then when she gets it, she realizes, well, wait a second, this isn't right. This is my father. I don't like this. I don't want to.
Strained relationship with Dad. Is Dad still around?
Yeah, he still comes over and.
Oh, they're divorced, but she still sees him.
Yeah.
All right, and they have a bad relationship.
He's like a stockbroker somewhere.
Okay.
Got no time for him.
All right, I'm going. Parents recently separated or divorced.
Mm-hmm.
And she has low self-esteem.
Yes. All right. Low self-esteem because parents recently broke up. I am going to go with the more aggressive something done to her. I know you're making that face, but basically many of my options have been used up by you numbskulls.
Someone has to act like Drew tonight, right?
Somebody's got to go with the sexual abuse.
You always.
All right. Well, I can say abuse. I'm going with abuse.
Oh.
Oh, you went with parents got divorced, you wussy. You do this for a living, please. Christ's sake, that's nothing. Everyone's parents are divorced. Cynthia?
Mm-hmm.
All right, what happened?
Well, I mean, I guess kind of like there's a lot of you that are right, just bits and pieces. Like, my parents are divorced, but they were divorced when I was like 1.
Okay, John's
my
out.
stepdad's an alcoholic and physically abused me.
Uh-huh. Is he? Yeah. Does he still physically abuse you?
No, because my mom and my stepdad are separated.
When did he physically abuse you?
As long as I can remember, up until I was about 13.
So from age, 2 or 3 to 13?
Pretty much.
Oh, boy. And what about...
So you knew the answer to your problem before you called, right?
Maybe Ken... Yeah, it's true. Maybe... Well, let's see if we can help Ken out here. Oh, actually, Scott. Where's your real dad?
He lives in Michigan.
Do you have a relationship with him?
I see him like once a year, but I mean, it's a pretty good relationship.
Mm-hmm. Is he a CPA?
No.
What's he do?
I'm not really sure. He's some kind of engineer.
Engineer, like, does he wear a tie to work?
I think so.
I'm trying to make a case for you.
Do you wish he would call more?
Do you wish your dad would take more interest in you?
No.
You don't?
No.
Why not?
Oh, I don't know. It just we have an okay relationship. It's just I don't think that it's okay with the distance.
Because he could be like your stepfather, right? The one that has been abusing you.
No. He never abused me.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, listen, I'm taking the 5.
You should take it.
Yeah.
Why?
Thank you, Kev.
Why are you taking it?
I said abuse. I went with abuse. You guys, you went with perfect family. You went with newly divorced. Scott, you went with something, wore a tie or something. I got abuse there, fellas.
Cynthia, have you ever gotten any help for this?
No.
Have you talked to
really
anybody?
lost out on that.
Yeah.
I would definitely suggest that, Cynthia. Given the history of the abuse, I think it would be helpful for you to be talking with somebody about it. Counselor at your school, maybe
Yeah.
you with your mom.
Does your mom know about what went on?
Yeah.
And what's she doesn't want to get you any counseling for this?
I've asked her about it, but she doesn't think that I need it.
Oh, that's nice. Here's what you need to say to your mom. I don't know if you have this kind of relationship with your mom. Maybe you want to write this down. You just have to say, Mom, I did suffer a lot of abuse. Maybe you don't want to come to terms with that because maybe you feel somewhat responsible for it because you brought the guy in who abused me. I'm 15. I'm becoming a woman. I'm having difficulty with relationships. I don't want to make the same mistake you made, you idiot. So I need some counseling. That's basically it. I mean, you're becoming a woman. You're getting into relationships. You were abused, and it's hard to function in a relationship when you come from that kind of environment. And your mom is doubling down on the abuse now because not only did she kick Pops out and bring in the abuser, she's now trying to minimize it by not wanting to get you help. And naturally, Mom is minimizing it. It's to ease her guilty burden, right? Because if Mom really stepped up to the plate and said, "My God, you're injured emotionally. You need some counseling," it'd be admitting what she did to you. And by the way, moms, I blame you just as much as I blame the abusive dads, and I'll tell you why. Because there's an a-hole on every corner. You go out, you find them, you bring them back to the nest, you bring the wolf in, and you tell them to guard the chicken coop. And we all turn it on the guys. And the guys do belong in prison, these guys, no doubt about it. But there's violent, abusive, misogynistic, alcoholic pedophiles on every corner. It takes Mama to go out to the Red Onion, scoop this guy up off a bar stool, and drag him back over to the apartment and let him watch the kiddies. You need to take some responsibility for that, moms. All right. Man. All right, we're going to break.
Don't settle for less than America's best.
Hey, what the f*** is up? This is Mark from f***ing Blink-182, and you're listening to f***ing Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. f***ing Drew.
Hey, speaking of Blink-182, they'll be in tomorrow night. Hey, and if you like the Cherry Poppin' Daddies, the song you hear in the background, you're going to love Crystal Method. It's really the same thing, minus the trombone, 2 saxophones, kettle drum, and trumpet.
Well, our whole album is kind of like a remix, but without using any of their original stuff at all.
Right. So it really mirrors
exactly the same, but just completely different at the same time.
Scott and Ken are both here from Crystal Method. Let me give some quick plugs to Crystal Method if you're in a town that they're coming to and want to see them soon. Starting February 6th. What is that? Is that Friday?
Friday, yeah.
They'll be in San Diego. Then the 7th they'll be in Vegas. The 8th they'll be in Tempe, Arizona. 15th Orlando, 16th Tampa, 17th Fort Lauderdale. Well, you guys are nuts. And I'm just reading the towns that we're in, so you're booked all the way through.
A lot of days off.
20th they'll be in Washington D.C., 21st Boston, 28th they'll be in Chicago, and then in March they'll be in Minneapolis on the 1st, Denver, Salt Lake City on the 4th, Portland and Seattle on the 7th and 8th, Sacramento on the 10th, the 11th, Santa Cruz, 12th, San Francisco, 13th, they'll be in Hollywood, and the 14th, they'll be in Palm Springs, where the Betty Ford Clinic is, in rehab.
Yes.
Hey, rehab is for quitters.
You guys, how are you going to do that? Sir, that sounds completely insane.
We're getting used to it. Our manager, He's like all for the no day off ever.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, most managers are that way. Do you?
Well, we agreed to it early on, so now we're just in the routine. You know.
But you guys don't have like you don't have to have like a big semi full of equipment, do you, or do you? What do you need?
No, we spent all of our money on a really nice tour bus and with a big trailer.
No, I mean we actually have a lot of gear for just the two of us, but we don't travel with staging and that kind of stuff. We travel with lights, but we don't travel with, you know, the PA and the stages and all that stuff. So.
Right. Hey, in the old days, did you used to have to bring your own PA to these places?
Well,
I mean, not you guys, but I mean, back when, or do you know?
When we first started, we were like the tour manager, the roadies, and everything. So we had it down to a science where we would carry on some gear, check some gear,
right,
the weights down and the sizes. And
I think back in the old days, though, it was
clubs.
Well, for rock bands, I think they brought all their PA, their stacks and all that nonsense, and then I think they're probably the regular sound system. It's hard to say.
Clubs always have a PA.
I was going to try to figure that out for you.
I was trying to figure out whether they bring all of those amps and speakers and everything, or they're just there.
No, this is the thing. There's a choice always. If you're a huge act, then you want that consistency every night, the exact same stage, the exact same sound, and everything.
Right.
So they choose to bring all that stuff.
I see.
It's cheaper to use existing stages and PAs and rent them there.
Right.
You don't get the luxury of the exact same stuff every night.
Right. But the Rolling Stones don't want to use the Tandy stuff.
They have like 3 complete ones. They take so long to build. They have like ones being built. They're playing on one. Then there's another one somewhere else.
Oh, yeah, because you got to have another one going up as you're playing on the one that you're currently on.
It's another world.
Chris? Hey, you're 14.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Well, my girlfriend, I caught my girlfriend cheating on me, and I went skating with all my friends, and I saw her kissing somebody in the corner, and I don't know who he is, and I don't know what to do.
I miss those days when that was cheating. Now it's just like, hey, come on, honey, hey, quit tonguing that guy. Let's go. Let's go. The kids are out in the car. Let's go now. Yeah, he wouldn't even bring it up. Oh, those carefree days when smooching was cheating. You don't know who the guy is. And was she really making out with him? And she was doing it where you were?
Skating rink, man.
Didn't she know you were there?
No.
Oh, so you sort of went to the skating rink. She didn't know you were going to be there, and then you caught her.
You didn't confront him, I guess.
You didn't say anything?
You haven't talked to her?
How do you know it was her?
Well, it's kind of hard not to tell.
Yeah, but she never spotted you. And did any of your friends see her or anything? And you never seen the guy before? He doesn't go to your school or anything? Maybe he drives a Zamboni or something?
It wasn't like mouth to mouth or
real chick magnet, that Zamboni. They go park it up in Mulholland and make out. So I think maybe you should tell her, huh?
What do I tell her?
Well, you didn't really do anything wrong. I mean, it's not as if you were following her around or anything.
No. Why not ask her what she was doing? Say you saw her and confront her on it.
You're going to try that?
Do you really like her? Yes.
How long you been going out?
Probably about 3 weeks.
Does she think you're her boyfriend? Because sometimes there's confusion. I've had this happen numerous times.
Have you kissed her?
Yeah.
How much? Have you gone any further with her?
No.
No. But if you guys made a commitment, you said, will you go steady or whatever you say?
Pretty much.
You did. You said, will you be my girlfriend? And she said yes. As soon as I'm done kissing this guy. All right, Chris, you have to confront her.
All right.
Give her a chance to explain herself.
All right.
I don't think if in fact it was her and she was making out with the guy, it probably would be a deal breaker. And I'm guessing she may have been a little bit confused and didn't think of Chris as her only boyfriend. But you gotta ask. And here's the deal: if she was making out with the guy, then that's it. Just move on.
Yeah, move on.
Don't get into that circle. nip it in the bud. Jay.
Hi, I got a question for Crystal Method.
Here they are.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, I got a question. Me and my friend, want to have, a techno band, kind of. We've written, a couple songs on, the piano and stuff. And we're just kind of wondering, how you could get started more, because, we're kind of looking in the market, buying, synthesizers and stuff. And
well, first, it's really good that you wrote a song first, in kind of a conventional way, so it might be a pretty decent song to begin with. But, you're going to have to get some gear if you're going to want to start demoing.
You just need to go in and
the price of
research.
Coming way down.
Just research it. Just go in and make an intelligent decision and buy the things that you like working with.
What would be your first piece of equipment if you had a song on a piano and you wanted to turn it something out?
You can make really decent recordings now with just a couple of things now, like a sampling drum machine and one good synth. You can make a pretty decent
I've
record.
had people tell me, to go to a pawn shop and buy, an old 80s one or something just to get started. And
No.
Really?
Pawn shops are rook anyway. I don't know anything about how much jewelry cost or organs or trumpets, but I know how much tools cost. I know the retail and wholesale of almost every tool. And I'll go to pawn shops and I'll look up some beat-up old Milwaukee Sawzall with rust on it and part of the, not even a variable speed, but a 2-speed. They'll want $135 for it. I'll go down to the goddamn Home Club and get that for $129 with a warranty.
Yeah, pawn shops aren't what they used
they're
to be.
rooks. I think you go there to buy guns when you're felons. That's about it.
I think the ones in Vegas, they have coffee and they get somebody to meet you when you walk in. It's just it's sort of ridiculous.
There's a dicey job. I'm shopping in Vegas.
So is the Korg Trinity a good one? Because I've been kind of looking at that one.
Well, I mean, they have things called workstations now, which basically combine sequencing, sampling, and synthesizers in one box, which are kind of cool.
How much does something like that cost, though?
That's it's maybe $2,000 or whatever. But this used to cost maybe $100,000 altogether. So now it's in one box for $2,000.
But it's just like a car. I mean, we like our cars and they're really great, but you might not feel comfortable in them, or even like dealing with that. You don't like the color or whatever. So
you may not be a Vega man. Is
yeah, exactly.
What you're saying?
So you just need to test drive some of that equipment that's out there. There's a lot of it that's pretty cheap, and you get started.
I swear to God, every time I hear one of these commercials about the Guitar Center, and they're having a red tag sale.
It's the truck pull, right?
And this weekend, all right. And they got the Fox on the Run riff from Sweet in the background, and the guys go, Tuscany drum effects was $1,219. Now $129. And I'm going, Jesus Christ, I got to start a band. Drum kits, a nickel. Drumsticks, a penny. I'm thinking, what other retail store do they knock stuff down 1,400%? There's got to be something to this, but because they're advertising synthesizers that were going for $2,400, and they're now selling them for $219.
You don't hear demo only one available. That's
that's the one you miss. Oh, okay. Because I swear I want to start a band every time I hear that. I hate that I'm separated from those kind of savings by not being able to play an instrument. And every time I hear one of those, I always wish, and here's the kind of retarded thinking I have, I wish they'd do something like that with tools or pornography or something that I have a love for. Rich.
Hey.
You're 18.
Yes, I am.
What's going on?
Nothing much.
Okay. Well, let's put you back on hold then and keep moving. Michelle.
Hi.
You're 25.
Yeah.
You're on with Crystal Method.
Hi. How are you? Good. I don't know if it's so much a problem, but I'm 25 and I haven't had a boyfriend for a steady boyfriend for over 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
And at my age, it's like my biological clock is ticking.
Right.
I don't know if I'm too picky. I know I'm picky.
Right.
So it's not like I don't want to go out with just anybody. So therefore, I don't have very many dates. I get asked out all the time, but not by the guy I want to go out with,
Yeah, that's everyone's story.
I ended up falling for somebody who I thought was going to ask me out. I thought, that he dug me and everything, and he got married a couple months later.
Yeah.
and it just kind of threw me off. And I also have kind of like a hard time letting go of things.
All right, John, wrap this up in about 30 seconds. Go. Hurry.
Well, Michelle, I have a hard time seeing really what the problem is. I think
the problem is that I'm not finding the right person, and then maybe when I end up finding the right person and I really like him and he likes me, I'm not going to know what to do.
Hold on.
It's been 6 years.
All right, hold on. You're 25. I think you should relax. Take it easy. Relax. Get into some relationships. Go slow. Don't worry about it too much right now.
And look into whatever that is in you that's going after guys that are sort of unavailable, like guys that are getting married and turning away guys that are available. That would be the key. All right, when we come back, we'll speak to Rich, who I put on hold foolishly because now I look up at the screen here and it says is playing with blow-up dolls. Wants to know if that's a problem. It is Loveline. Scott and Ken are both here from Crystal Method. Dr. John is here, filling in for Dr. Drew. Forget about the phone number. Forget about the fax number. Let's just go back to the phones and speak to Rich, who's 18. Rich?
Hey.
Hey.
I have like a problem. Me and my friend, we go down to F Street is.
F Street?
Bookstore.
What city are you calling from?
San Diego.
Oh, yeah, F Street.
Bookstore's
where the bookstores are?
It's adult.
Yeah, the adult bookstores?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I bought this blow-up doll.
Yeah.
I only did it once, and it hurt, but...
You had sex with the blow-up doll? Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that's normal or not.
Well, at 18, when on F Street, do as the effins do, I say. That's my motto. What about your friend? Did you go in on halves on it or something?
Oh, no.
Did you guys team it?
No.
Did you take it to dinner after?
No.
No, you just had sex with it?
No, yeah.
Yeah. And where is it now?
It's in my closet.
Mm-hmm. Is it fully inflated or?
No, it's deflated.
Yeah. Best. You living at home?
Huh. Yeah.
Yeah, that can be sometimes disturbing.
Rich,
my mom doesn't like it.
How did you get the idea to do this?
I have lots of videos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I just go to F Street a lot, and I just been looking at them. I was curious,
So you're way past masturbating, I guess.
Oh, I do that a lot.
Oh yeah. And how many? Is that a 2 or 3 input doll?
It's 3.
3.
Yeah. Mouth.
Right.
And
right.
And
then you have that little tube where you can blow it in. That's a whole different
Yeah, do you
thing.
count that as a 4? I could probably use that.
I don't think that's it.
Do they have some sort of adapter for guys with small penises?
No.
No. Okay. So, the thing that's rough about those blow-up dolls, I had a neighbor drop one off, actually. It's kind of weird, but apparently when I lived in this apartment in North Hollywood, there was this pervert who lived 3 units over, and I never knew about it. And one day he moved out and he left just like 3 metric tons of vibrators, dildos, and inflatable stuff. And my landlord, you can take this any way you want to take it, came up with a huge box of dildos and inflatable dolls and butt plugs one day, and he went, "Yeah, I was cleaning out this guy's apartment, and I figured you guys could use this stuff, or, we hear a lot of noise coming out of the place and stuff. And anyway, I didn't want to throw it out, and you can't really give it to the, mission or anything. So anyway, do with it what you will." And
you were thrilled.
So they had an inflatable doll, yeah, but it'd really been worked. I mean, it really been. So we didn't use it, but it was kind of novelty fun. Take the oversized dildo and put on the hood of the car and drive around the neighborhood, that kind of stuff. But Rich, the thing that's tough is the picture of the box shows the picture like a really hot porn star.
Yeah, it did. I thought it looked like that.
Yeah, it's like, wow, I'm going to be with Buffy St. James. And then you blow the thing up, and it's like, no.
That was it was funny. I was driving home. I blew it up and stuff.
Yeah.
We're just making jokes out of it.
Couldn't wait. Really make out in the car a little bit before you head up to the pad.
You blew her, or she blew you?
Huh?
All right, so did it feel good?
At first it started to hurt, but then it did, but then
Right.
the thought of it is disgusting.
Yeah.
I never thought I would go so low.
Right.
But you didn't throw her out, did you?
No, I
She's still in the closet.
How about finding yourself a real gal?
You know, I have.
Oh, you have?
No, I'm still a virgin right now, but
Oh, you are? Well, I don't know.
I just got off.
I don't know if you count that as a virgin.
Huh?
Well, you had sex with a simulated woman.
Yeah,
Gotta
but
count for something.
Not the real thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I think it'd probably feel better if you did with a.
Yeah. You didn't go down on her first, did you, Rich?
No.
Okay. 'Cause then you got a real problem. All right, Rich, here's what you need to do. Stop going down to F&F Street and go find yourself a woman. And don't tell her about that inflatable doll. Okay?
Throw the doll away.
Yeah. No, don't throw it away, but hide it in your dad's closet in case there's problems. I mean, you just don't need to have that stuff found on your person, you know. Oh, we're going to play a song. Okay. Where the hell is that? Yes, Crystal Method has themselves out a CD. Actually, it's been out since August 23rd, I believe.
26, wait.
Whatever.
That's
Shut
my
Ken's
birthday.
mic off, please. Oh,
That's my birthday.
Is that
the 23rd.
intentional? Oh,
That's weird.
23rd.
is that why I said that?
Yeah,
Oh,
you know, it's a whole thing.
All right, this one is, the CD's called Vegas, and this one's called Come Method, off of the Vegas CD. And the story behind that is that's a sample you guys had from a woman like 4 or 5 years ago? Did you say 92?
Well, we demoed that track with the singer Trudy like in '92, yeah, right. And we always plan on redoing the track for the album, and we brought her back in to recut the vocals, but we liked the original ones better, so we used her original vocals, but redid everything else.
Was she pissed off about that?
No, she was happy.
Oh, she was?
Well, she was happy to.
Do we tell her?
Well, this is we hadn't talked to her. We hadn't talked to her in like 3 years, and all of a sudden she gets a phone call. We're putting out a record, and we'd like to use this track that you kind of blew off. You know.
And she's a performance artist?
Yeah, she's really.
She's cool. She's interesting.
She's kind of nutty though, right?
A little nutty.
Why do you got to be nuts to be a performance artist?
I think it helps.
Okay. See, that's all the therapy you need. Answers like that. All right, we'll be back with more Crystal Method after this. All right, well, mercifully, another love line is ground to a halt. Scott, Ken, Crystal Method.
Gonna be at the show on the 13th, right?
Yeah, at the Palladium?
Yeah.
What day is that?
It is a
Friday. It's a Friday.
Friday.
Oh.
It's us,